Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ray Hennessy here with another real-time edit. Thanks so much for joining me. I got this very interesting ring-billed gull here I photographed along the Jersey Shore a few months back, and yeah, it was an interesting day out there, overcast, but like really cool with the water. Of course, there was a random person walking the beach. It was warm enough out that there was a lot of people doing that. So let's start, as always, with a crop. Make sure I'm nice and straight. I think I actually shot this one. Look at that. One of maybe like one in 5,000 photos I take that's actually straight and level. So that's pretty cool. In any case, I think, yeah, I bumped up the exposure comp on this when I shot it, trying to go for this high key look, but didn't go far enough, which is fine. It's close enough, right? So now I can kind of start to make this pure white background when I'm editing here. So yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of shadow lift. I'm not sure about the white balance. Let me try and go. Mm, that looked kind of weird. Yeah, I'm seeing like magenta tones in it, oddly enough. That looks pretty clean. Um, so I don't want to just like crush it and just go like, weirdly high key. Um, I do just want to try and make these areas a little bit more white, so I'll let them go pure white, and then I'll put another one up top here and let that kind of fade in some pure white there. And now you can actually start to see that line, right? So let me kind of transition that half a little bit more there. Let's do a subject selection on this one. See if it gets my bird. Oh, cool. It got a little bit of that foreground, which is totally fine. So I'll invert that. And then let's try and punch up those whites a little bit more. And then I'm going to take care of this person in Photoshop. So uh, kind of digging that. The bird's looking a little bit dark now. So maybe I'll just go globally a little bit. Actually, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I'll just punch the shadows up and then blacks back down. There we go. A little too far, but let's go right there. And then I'll fix up the color on that gull. Basically just taking some of the blue out in Photoshop here. Kind of an interesting thing to have the person back there, just like ghosty kind of person coming in there, but that's not necessarily the message I want with this photo. So I'm actually just going to get rid of it. And I actually don't like this secondary kind of horizon line. I like the one that he's standing on, but not a fan of anything else above it. So I'm just going to go ahead and clone that out. He got away with his head there. There we go. All right, so let's get rid of that now. There we go. Let's get rid of all that. I'll zoom in on that in a second, clean that up. Get a little harder edge brush. Oops. Kind of tough to see where it should go here. I think something like that. By the way, that's my one tip I'll give you right there. So watch this. When I get to a hard edge or like a corner, when I'm masking like this, I think a lot of people would tend to go to a smaller brush to kind of fit down, fit down in that corner. So watch when I get to like this, right? So I would need a smaller brush to really get in there, but watch, if I just go too far, switch to black real quick, and then just kind of paint that back in. Look, I've just made a perfectly hard edge there, and not once did I have to change my brush size, so I can just kind of keep the existing brush size that I was working with, and then just kind of move on from there with that. So that's kind of how I tend to do that all the time. And it works, I feel like it works a little bit faster than like changing the brush size smaller, and then changing it back up larger and then all that sort of stuff. So I just kind of keep the same brush size all the time. All right, so there we go. That's kind of the line that I was looking for there. And then I feel like I know the gray does have a little bit of blue in it, but I don't think it usually has that much. So I'm just going to lower that a little bit. And now I need to get some contrast in my blacks because that got all faded out and washed out there. So let's do that. Definitely maybe a little bit on the bill, but definitely on the namesake there, right? The ring bill. And then let's follow suit with the eye line and the pupil there. Get that to stand out. And then I'm going to go a little bit warmer, a little bit more yellow on the yellow parts of this bird. And again, since I have a pure white background, I should not have to worry about painting into the background there too much. Sorry about that phone ringing in the background. At my mom's house here today because I'm getting some repairs done on my camper van, and she's one of those people that still has the house line. So, all right, cool. Um, Boy, that's looking pretty good, I think. Yeah, maybe still a little bit more blue out of just the head there. I don't know. Let's see whatever colors in the head. I'm just gonna, yeah, blues. That's what I thought. I thought I was still seeing some blues in like some of these other areas that should be a little bit more white. Let's hit it all, and then I'll just put some back in the gray, just a real soft amount back in those gray feathers because they do have a little bit of that blue kind of wash to it, and I like that. Um, yeah, I think that's looking good. There we go. So there's my final image. So from that to that, not a major change here in Photoshop, but definitely a major change from the original image. And if I go back and, oh gosh, look at the color on that too, right? That looks pretty funky. Yeah, there we go. So going from that to that, there's my edit. Thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in learning how I do what I do here, head on over to rayhennessy.com. Go to the workshops menu down to online workshops. It'll take you to this page. You can find out all the different ways to work with me remotely. One-off sessions with the online remote session, online courses you can do at your own time with these two courses, and then the mentorship program where you can work with me on an ongoing basis. Don't forget the podcasts, Wildlife Photo Chat Raw, some of the other shows I'm hoping to get back to, just have not had the time lately. Sorry about that. And then if you want to shoot with me in person, head on over to the regular workshops menu and check out either the all day and group workshops or the anytime workshops to do some one-on-one work with me, just based on the seasons and where I'm at. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate all the support all the time, and I'll see you guys on the next one.